Good, right? Okay. Okay, October 20th. Very good morning for those who are joining online. Also, for those who are here in person for our fourth IEEE Cybersecurity Awareness and Research Symposium. You know, this is a great. We have a lot of packed schedule. We have about 60 papers that is going to be presented in the next 2 days. We have a national cybersecurity capture the flag event that is happening. And we have a lot of students who are attending this event locally as well as nationally. My name is Prakash Ranganathan, Associate Professor, also the Director for Cybersecurity at UND, and welcome again to this morning. Before we talk about, I can give a big overview about our center and this event a little later, but first I want to welcome our Chancellor, Dr. Mark Hagerott, from the North Dakota University System. He's going to say a few words. Dr. Hagerott, prior to his move back from North Dakota, Dr. Hagerott served on the faculty and held numerous academic leadership roles at the United States Naval Academy. He also served as a planning and strategy director in one of the largest U.S. Army educational organizations, NATO training mission, which included the Afghanistan Army, Police, Air Force, and medical school programs. There's a big bio for him. I'm not going to read the entire thing. The Chancellor holds BS from the U.S. Naval Academy and MA in Political Science Economics from Oxford University, where he attended as a Rhodes Scholar, and a PhD in History from University of Maryland. The Chancellor is online, so I'm going to give the podium to him so he can say a few words. Chancellor, are you there?
Dr. Prakash, can you see me?
We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. If you can't see me, that's all right too. I'm just at my desk in the Capitol. Just want to welcome everybody, and I want to thank you for hosting this great event. You've always been a thought leader on this since we first met about 11 years ago, Prakash. I just want to just say this is such an important topic. Prakash touched on my bio, but I still am on the advisory board of the Secretary of the Navy, several national commissions, and we are truly at an epic time in history. I can say that as a former chief nuclear engineer, former ship captain, former cyber professor, and I still am teaching. I'm teaching a class right now on the history and philosophy of the human machine in the age of AI. So I wish I could be with you. This is just such important work, but if I could just frame what I think you're all dealing with is we're having three worlds that are now being challenged by cyber insecurity. One is in the world of people, right? And I see you've got some sessions on the cyber knowledge for the general public, and that's almost a sacred mission to protect people who don't have the expertise you all do. The second one is the cyber physical systems. We wouldn't be able to live without this power grid, especially in the northern plains, as we all know, in a few weeks when it hits sub-zero temperatures. And then we have the data in the cloud, as Mr. Zuckerberg calls it, the metaverse. And all of this can do wonderful things, but if it's hacked, it's insecure, it could be weaponized against us. We all see the headlines, the CrowdStrike cyber hack disrupted travel across the country for days. The telecoms were recently hacked. I know they have a meeting at the White House, I think just last week, to explain how did this happen. And so you're right on the cutting edge of just some of the most important work I think is going to be done, and that is secure, trustworthy human machine teaming, humans in their own devices, which we saw in the Middle East. Those can have cyber physical attacks as well. And then in our data in the cloud, and who's going to be in control of this. For those of you who are new to the audience of this field, I believe there's some high school students here. As a former ship captain, I don't know if you know, but the word cyber actually means steersman. It's an ancient Greek phrase. And if we have all these complex systems, but we can't trust who's steering the systems, that's the cyber problem, and it's the most profound one. But now in the age of AI, we can't do without even more advanced machines. In fact, last night, a friend and I watched The Imitation Game. If you haven't seen The Imitation Game with Alan Turing and Bletchley Park and breaking codes during World War II, he has a famous line in there saying, "We can't face the German machines without our own machines." They were talking about Enigma, and that's where we are with AI. But as many of your audience may know, you can poison AI. So the whole cyber problem continues layer upon layer upon layer. So I just want to congratulate the team that put this all together and UND. Thank you for all the people who traveled here physically. You've got a great lineup, I see, from just leading companies and thought leaders. I wish I could be there in person, but I've come to lots of conferences with new people there. My best wishes: you create knowledge, you share and integrate ideas, you meet new people. Maybe the budding new companies will come together. As a historian of technology, I can tell you more than once, people just meeting at a conference had an idea and they created something new. And make friends and have fun while you're there, right? I mean, for the high school kids, we're counting on you to take over from us someday. I'm not as young as I used to be, so maybe one of you will be the chancellor, and you're trying to run this complex system of billions of dollars and 50,000 people, all of which are using these machines that you're all securing. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Chancellor. We're always grateful for you being available for our events. Next, I would like to invite our provost, Dr. Eric Link, to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Professor Ranganathan. We really appreciate the opportunity to visit with you just for 30 seconds or so. I know we have much more important things to get to, but it's great to see everyone in the room here today. I have two messages in the 30 seconds that I've been given. The first is a message of welcome. If this is your first time here to the University of North Dakota, we are so glad that you are here. We are really proud of the work that is being done, that is represented by this conference right here. As a university, we are really interested and dedicated in pursuing new research, new ideas, new ways to think about our world, new ways to plan for the world that is to come. And that work is happening right here in this room and will be over the next 2 days exhibited in the 60 or so papers that will be delivered as part of this conference. The second message that I wanted to bring to you today is one of gratitude. I don't know how many times you personally have been thanked, if at all, for the work that you are doing in the field of cyber awareness, cybersecurity, cyber development, research, pure and applied. But let me start this conference off here this morning by expressing profound gratitude for the work that you are doing. I know that when you're in your classes or in your laboratories, whether you are students, grad students, faculty members, researchers, we are dedicated to the problem at hand. But if we step back from that problem at hand for just a moment, what the Chancellor was talking about is we live in a world right now where our very security, financially, militarily, and beyond, relies on a reliable system of cybersecurity. It relies on you doing the research that you are doing to help keep our well-being safe and sound. This is a world where the next war, if it happens, will be fought not just with troops, it will be fought with pushings of buttons on a keyboard, not just because of the drone technology, UAS technology, and all of that, but because the ability for a body, foreign or domestic, to take over our utility systems, our infrastructure, our economic systems, our banking systems, our military systems. This is a scary new world in many ways that we live in. But because of the work that you are doing, it is less scary for us. And so we want to thank you for your continued push on the boundaries of knowledge, helping us get smarter, better, faster, stronger in our awareness of what cyber can do for us and how we can protect ourselves from those who want to use cyber against us. So with that, thank you again for being here at the University of North Dakota. I hope it's an amazing two-day conference. Thank you to all the faculty and the leadership. Of course, Prakash, thank you for your leadership. We really appreciate what you're doing here at the College of Engineering and Mines. Have a great conference, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Eric. Appreciate those kind words. I think I'm going to spend 5 minutes, and then we can get the program started. First of all, UND is also designated as a Center for Academic Excellence in Research by NSA, and so we have programs in bachelor's in cybersecurity, master's in cybersecurity, PhD in electrical and computer science with focus in cybersecurity as well. And but first of all, running a conference is not easy. As a professor, I know how to teach, research, and servers, but running holding an event management hat is kind of a crazy. And without my students are the backbone of this conference. I have like 15 students who are helping me throughout the process. Without them, I cannot do this conference. So first, thank you to my fellow graduate students and staff who are there. I want to acknowledge them. Tanzim, Farishta, Kareem, Nirup, Meera, Jaya, Akshay, Jamison, Aditya, Derek, Dave, Leslie, Shri, Ram, Lee, and Jolene. So without you, I cannot do this. Thank you for all the help and support what you have given to this conference. And also thank you to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Alzheimer's Association, Dakota State University, High Point Networks, Waterfall Security, University of Information Technology, Microsoft, Towson University, Dakota Digital Academy, Network Center, IEEE Communication Society, and CISA. Thank you so much for your time and effort in sponsoring this event, because your money directly invests in students' awards in running this conference. Without you, I think this is not doable. I appreciate all your support, what you have given to us for this conference. And the name CARS actually came 4 years ago with a competition that I conducted with our students, and this is the name that they came up with, and we did give cash prize to come up with this name called CARS, and it's been getting attention and it's popular, and this is the 4th year, and first year actually having been sponsored by IEEE section, the 2 IEEE Region 4 section, as well as IEEE Red River Valley section. Thank you to Ryan and Kuhir for helping us get the name going with IEEE papers. I appreciate all the support for holding the name for IEEE sponsored conference. Okay, and as part of this, the dean has invested this research initiative called Cyber, and part of that, we have a center for cybersecurity. We have full-time staff. We are writing proposals. We have several new awards from DOE, FAA, which you could see in our brochures or our website. So the center has been growing, and part of that to create awareness through many events. This is one of those events that we do annually, and I hope you continue to attend this event here at UND. Today, I think, in terms of logistics, the restrooms are on the right side. The paper sessions are going to be in the 3rd floor. In terms of the CTF event, is going to be on the small ballroom across this room. We have 20 teams have been competing. This came from 50 teams initially, and then they screened and qualified, and then we have some teams competing online, and some teams are going to be here, and there are a lot of high school teams also participating. So I encourage them, if you do see high school students, for their involvement.